Hello everyone, welcome back. Today's video might actually be a little bit painful for me to get through. Not painful in the literal sense, but painful because it is going to be the first time that I have ever sat down and really looked at luxury items that were a waste of money. In some cases, they weren't a total waste of money. I'm still going to wear some of them, but with some of these items, it's almost if I had just taken the money and ripped it up and thrown it in the garbage or flushed it down the toilet. I've actually been wanting to do this video for a while, but I always get inside my own head with content like this because I feel like no matter what I say as far as what I plan to do with the items I don't use, if I plan to sell them, if I plan to just keep them in my closet and stare at them, should I donate them, whatever I say I'm going to do is going to be judged and criticized by someone, if not many. So if you're seeing this video, that means I set aside all of those thoughts and fears and uploaded it anyway. So why don't I get started sharing with you the luxury items that I really regret purchasing. All right, why don't we start this off with a bang and I will show you what is probably my biggest regret of all the items you'll see today. Okay, this is a huge box. Ugh. Can you see the name on here? Tom Ford. The box is enormous because these are boots. And let me tell you, these are some beautiful boots. First of all, each boot comes in this velvet pouch. And then here is the boot. Oh, I need to re-tie this. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so this right here is the signature Tom Ford lock and key. And look at that heel. This boot is stunning. I know I'm not wrong about that. And I am not going to blame anyone but myself for this purchase or any of these purchases. I take full responsibility for my own actions. No one forced me to take my wallet out of my purse and hand over my credit card. I will say that I was shopping with some other ladies. It was last fall around this exact same time, and we were all just buying some beautiful luxury items. I knew I wanted to get a brown suede boot, and I took one look at this and instantly fell in love. Of course, your friends are going to hype you up, especially if they love the item too. And the friends that I was with really loved the boots as well. They loved them on me. And I did pause for a moment, I truly did, to think, would I be able to walk in these? And I don't know where my brain was at that exact moment. It must have left my body because why I actually thought I could walk on this heel. I guess I was thinking, well, other people can walk on these heels, otherwise they wouldn't sell them. I walked around the store in them, and of course, I felt great because it was carpeted and I wasn't walking that far. So anyway, I purchased the boots. And the first time I wore them out, I went to a friend's house for dinner. It was actually one of the ladies that was with me when I bought the boots. She was hosting a dinner at her home. And I thought that's the perfect place to wear these boots. Because here in Las Vegas, if you go out to dinner, especially somewhere nice on the Las Vegas Strip, you are going to be doing a lot of walking. Even if you valet, you are still going to be walking through the casino to get to the restaurant. There's just a lot of walking here in Vegas. So I figured the best time to try out these boots and sort of break them in a little bit would be an occasion where I knew I wasn't going to be doing a ton of walking. And before anyone says, how can you wear shoes or boots in someone's home? The hostess was fine with me wearing the shoes and boots in the home. In fact, the first thing she said when she opened the door was, "You're wearing the boots, I love them." I'm actually going to put it down because it's getting kind of heavy just holding it in my hand. So I was in pain from just standing. Actually just walking up the driveway. I was kind of teetering. I actually remember needing to take the hand of another friend that had just pulled up and walk up the driveway with her so I didn't fall over. And I know how to walk in heels, but obviously not those heels. So I was in a little bit of pain from just standing. Then I was in a lot of pain for just wearing them on my feet for a couple of hours. Thankfully, I had some flip-flops in my car. So when I went to go drive home, I took the boots off and I drove home with my flip-flops on. Now I want to know in the comments if you have these boots or any other Tom Ford shoe that has that heel, because that heel is pretty common with Tom Ford shoes. If you have them and you love them and you can walk in them, please let me know. I'm very, very curious. So I think you'll notice that there is a theme in this video. The majority of the items I regret purchasing are shoes. Now, lots and lots of people, including my own mother, have told me over the years that as I get older, the less likely I will be to want to wear high-heeled shoes. I will be looking for comfort over style. And I'm really struggling with that because I want to wear the beautiful high-heeled shoes. I don't want to give up the stilettos. But the truth is, everyone who's told me that was right. I am in so much pain when I wear heels, but I suck it up and do it anyway, which I know is not very smart. So yeah, I have a lot of shoe regrets, starting with that Tom Ford boot. And next is this Valentino rock stud. This is a beautiful shoe. I know there's some people out there that will say that the shoe was trendy, it's been out of style for a while, but I think it's a classic. I really think it's beautiful. I still see them being sold at Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, Saks. It's obviously a staple Valentino shoe, and I'm not one of those people that really cares about trendy or not. Believe it or not, I do not follow trends like that, especially at my age and especially if I've spent a lot of money on something. Everyone says that the Gucci belt is out and it's so tacky to wear a Gucci belt. Guess what? I like my Gucci belt. I think it's a classic. I'm going to wear it with confidence, with my jeans, with pants. I do not care if some 20-something looks at me and rolls their eyes or laughs and says, oh, look at that Gen Xer wearing her Gucci belt. It's so tacky. I do not care. I love my Gucci belt. But we're not talking about the Gucci belt because that's clearly not a regret. We're talking about this Valentino shoe. And I love it. It's uncomfortable, yes, which is why I regret it. But the other reason why I regret this purchase, not just because I find them uncomfortable, is because I already owned probably the best dupe of this shoe that I've ever seen in my entire life. Now you're going to be really, really mad at me because I bought this shoe probably 5 or 6 years ago and I cannot find it on Amazon anymore. But I did purchase this on Amazon. The brand is Caitlin Pan, and these were around $50, $60 at the time, and I loved them. Were these comfortable? No, but I thought maybe if I buy the real ones that other people did say were pretty comfortable. In fact, a good friend of mine, when she saw me wearing them out to a dinner, she said, don't you love those shoes? They're so comfortable. And I said, they're not comfortable on me. So I did purchase the real Valentinos and I took them home and I looked at these shoes side by side. I inspected every inch of these shoes. And other than the color, I saw no difference. I see no difference in these shoes. None. I handed them to both my mother and my husband. I had them look them over and they both said the same thing. They would never be able to tell the difference between these two shoes. And I am so bummed that Amazon doesn't sell them anymore because they were honestly the best dupe. So I made a mental note that if I ever purchase a dupe that is really, really high quality, it's probably not necessary to spend money on the real thing. Just be satisfied with a really, really fantastic dupe. Painful shoe number 3. This is the Christian Louboutin So Kate. I purchased this, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago, so they may have been redesigned. I think I got them for my second son's bar mitzvah, and he just turned 18, so 5 years ago. Now, just like the others, I love the look of this shoe. It is beautiful on. The color matches my skin tone perfectly. It makes my legs look really, really long. I love what it does for my calves. Make no mistake, Christian Louboutin knows how to make a woman's legs look phenomenal. What he doesn't know how to make, and he is actually proud of this, I've heard him say this in interviews, he never set out to make a comfortable shoe. He set out to make a sexy shoe. And that it is. But as I was saying a few moments ago, I can no longer do just sexy. I have to do comfort as well. Now, at one point I did try selling these on Poshmark. I wore them to the bar mitzvah service and realized that I just could not wear them again. I even tried doing a couple of tricks to stretch out the toe box of the shoe, because that's what really hurt the most, was how tight this toe box is on my feet. So I did try a shoe stretching device that was recommended to me. I even tried this technique I saw where you fill a plastic baggie full of water and you seal it really tightly, and then you put it into the shoe and then put the shoe in the freezer, and when the water freezes, it will expand the toe box of the shoe. And it worked a little bit, but not enough to make a difference. So yeah, I put these up on Poshmark, and I had paid, I want to say around $7.95 for these plus tax, and I had them listed for like $3.50. And I was getting offers for like $100. That's one of my biggest problems with Poshmark, is the lowball offers. I don't feel I was asking an unrealistic price. As I mentioned, I paid around $800 for these. I had worn them outside one time, and I was offering them for sale at $350, yet I had no takers. Again, people were offering me $100. So just on principle, I decided to keep them, and I have worn them a couple of other times, just on occasions where I knew I wasn't going to be doing a lot of walking. I've worn them just for photos before, and I still think it's a beautiful shoe, and I just sort of like to look at it, I guess. You know what? There's something that I forgot to tell you all at the beginning of this video that I meant to. I have not always been a luxury buyer. The first luxury item I ever bought was when I was in my 20s. I had taken a semester off from college because I was transferring schools, and I was working at Neiman Marcus. And I saved my money and purchased a Prada bag. It was just one of those basic nylon Prada bags that were really popular in the mid-90s. And I think I spent maybe $600 on it. And I loved that bag. It was my very first true designer item. And it wasn't until I was in my early 40s that I actually was given by my husband another luxury item. I had decided at the time that instead of giving me a smaller gift for my birthday and then our anniversary and then Hanukkah, I would prefer it if he just purchased one luxury item from my wish list and have that be my gift for the year. I was fine with that. We didn't have a ton of money, so even the thought of spending $1,000 on something was a bit extreme for us. But if it was my gift for the year, my husband was fine with it. So that gift was the YSL wallet on chain. This is obviously very special to me because it was a gift from my husband. It was the first luxury item he had ever purchased for me. Wait, that's not exactly true. I feel like sometime in my 30s, he bought me a Louis Vuitton credit card holder, the keychain, and I do still have that. So, okay, this is the second luxury item he purchased for me. And I actually picked this out because I didn't want to get anything too expensive. Of course, I would have loved a bigger Louis Vuitton or a Chanel or something like that, but it was just not going to happen. Even with it being my gift for the entire year, I couldn't fathom spending more than $1,000. So I think this was around $9.95. I ordered it online from Neiman Marcus, not realizing just how small it is. At the time, I did not know much about luxury handbags. I didn't think to research on YouTube or on blogs how big or small this actually was or how practical it would be. I thought, ooh, a little black bag, very practical. No, not when you're someone like me who wants to take their pressed powder because I get so shiny. I want to take a lipstick, a lip liner, a gloss, obviously my credit cards, my phone. This fits absolutely none of that. It is indeed a wallet on a chain. So all you can put in here is, well, you could put blotting papers. I have put blotting papers in here before. You can put in your credit cards and some money. That's it. Here's my iPhone. I think this is a 13. Yeah, it fits. So I guess I shouldn't say nothing fits in here because the phone does fit. But other than a phone, you can't fit in a full-size lipstick. You can't fit in a powder compact. I have in the past tried to shove in like a mini lipstick and a mini lip liner, things like that. I will say though that this was actually a good little purse during COVID, because anywhere we went here in Vegas, we had to wear a mask. So I didn't really need my touch-up powder or my lipsticks. I just needed my phone and some money and some credit cards. So it worked fine for that. But overall, this just wasn't a very wise purchase. It is a beautiful bag though. It is practical if all you carry with you is your phone, credit cards, and some cash. So if that's you and you are looking for a designer bag that is around the $1,000 price point, this would be a good option. Up next are these Chanel earrings. I love these earrings. I wear these earrings a lot. In fact, I probably should have worn them today with this outfit because, well, they go with it. I do wear these earrings all the time. Unlike these other items that basically just sit in my closet, I wear these. I love these. So now you might be asking, why are they a regret then? Well, it's just because they are so duped. There are so many earrings on Amazon and DHgate, and what's the other one called? AliExpress. There are just so many knockoffs of Chanel jewelry, and there are so many good knockoffs. So while that could be said about really anything I've shown here today, I'm sure there's knockoffs of even the Tom Ford boots, I just feel like costume jewelry especially, it's really not worth the price. I think these were like $700. Not worth it. Not worth it. They're obviously not real diamonds. These are not real pearls. You are paying that price for the Chanel name, the Chanel box. You know, a couple weeks ago, I was at Christian Dior and I saw some beautiful earrings. Now, while again, they were not fine jewelry, they were very unique. So I actually considered at least trying them on. And the second the sales associate took them off the display, the earring literally broke in his hand. So that was an immediate no for me. He said, oh, let me get another pair from the back. And I said, no, if they're that fragile, why would I spend $600 or $700 on them? That's just not smart. And while I think we've all come to the conclusion that I do not make the smartest purchases all the time, I knew in that instance that it would be really wrong to buy those earrings. So I think this is going to be my last luxury. I say I think because you never know, but I truly believe that these Chanel earrings will be the one and only pair of luxury costume jewelry that I ever purchased. Okay, the final item is another purse. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to include this or not because I'm not 100% certain that it's a regret. You know how I said earlier that I didn't care if the Gucci belt was considered trendy, I was going to wear it and wear it proudly? I have a little bit of a different feeling about this bag. Even though I know I should continue to use this, wear it proudly, because it is a beautiful bag. But I am seeing so many people talk about how this Dionysus style is so outdated and, once again, tacky. I don't think so. I really love it. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't think it's a regret. Maybe I need to take it out of this video. Now, you know what? I'm going to keep it in this video because there might be some of you watching that own this bag that have been getting that little bug in your ear telling you that this Dionysus style is tacky and outdated and you've been keeping it hidden away as well, like I have. Maybe seeing this will encourage you to take yours out again and have a good look at it and realize that, yeah, you know what? I like this bag and I'm going to continue to use it. You know, I do try to be very practical with my purchases. I bought this one because I already owned a black bag with gold hardware that I would use for going out, and I wanted one with silver hardware. So in my collection, I have this black with silver. My black with gold is my Fendi First. I have a straight gold, which is a YSL. I have a straight silver, which is a Givenchy. So what I'm getting at is that I'm trying to build a collection based around practicality. You will likely never see me, unless I hit the lottery, you will never see me going and purchasing a purple Chanel bag or a hot pink Dior. If a bag or a shoe cannot go with a multitude of things in my closet, a multitude of outfits, then I won't buy it. So I thought this was the last item, but I actually want to talk about this dress right here. I wore this dress. It is from a brand called Retrofet. I wore that dress out to dinner here in Vegas to a very, very fancy, upscale, hard to get into restaurant. And I received so many compliments on it. I loved it. And I had gotten it from Rent the Runway because it is a $600 dress or $650 dress. And I was able to rent it for like $80. And I had seen it and been coveting it and just really, really wanted to wear it. So I got it through Rent the Runway, and they will send you 2 sizes. So I was able to determine what size I was in the brand. And then a few months later, I saw this pattern and I bought it. I didn't rent it, I bought it. And I regret buying it because as much as I love it, and as perfect as it was with this Cabo background, it's not worth that kind of money. Yes, it is 100% silk. Yes, it falls on the body beautifully. But if I had waited just a couple of months, I could have gotten it on sale, but I really wanted it for my Mexico trip. I just had these visions of, taking the sunset photos that I did end up taking, and I do love the photos. But I think the next time I have those feelings about wanting a specific dress for a specific trip or for a specific photo, I will go back to looking at Rent the Runway. All right, everyone, that'll do it for my luxury regrets. If you did enjoy this video, as always, I really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up. I really hope you don't regret watching this video. Okay, that was really corny, Risa. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please do hit that subscribe button and join the Risa Does Makeup family. I do upload new content at least twice per week. You can find more content from me on TikTok and Instagram. The username is the same everywhere. It's all Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.